Okay, good morning, class. Just to quickly review, last week we did area. So when we talked about area last week, we had to multiply what? Bryson?
Wasn't it the squares?
The squares, the length times the width, or the rows times the columns, okay? Or we counted the squares on the inside of the shape. Today we're talking about perimeter. We just got through watching the brain pop video, so now we should have a good idea of what perimeter means. So what we're going to do first is open our math spirals and take a couple of notes, and then we're going to do some problems in our Go Math book. So for our title, we're going to put per PE, and then I want you to capitalize R-I-M in big letters, and I'll tell you why in a second. E-T-E-R for perimeter. P-E, big R, big I, big M, and the rest of them are normal. Okay, the reason we're doing them big because rim is going to help us remember the outside edges. So when you get a rectangle and there's squares, you're only going to do the squares around the outside edges. Okay? Because when we were doing perimeter, it wasn't the outside edges, it was all of them, right, on the inside, how much covered it.
Unless there was the shaded and non-shaded.
Okay, so perimeter is doing the distance around the outside edges. What do we do to find the perimeter? What did you see in the video, the brain pop video? What were they doing on all of them, Kelsey?
They were adding,
Adding, good. Add all the sides. So if it has 8 sides, you need to be adding up 8 numbers. If it has 4 sides, you need to add up 4 sides to find the perimeter. Okay, so now let's go over some examples. Like we did for area, we said for area, an example of how I would use it in real life is painting a wall, laying grass down in a yard, or mulch down in a garden, putting flooring down, the ceiling tiles on our ceiling in our classroom. Those are examples of area. Now, what would be an example of perimeter? Kelsey, what's one? What did they use in the video?
They used a shape,
No, a real life example.
Oh, they used a garden.
Good, a garden, and they were putting a fence around the outside of the garden. So you could put fence around a garden or a yard. Okay, can you think of anything else? Look around the room. Where do you see something that's being outlined around the outer edges? Just around the edges. Gregory?
Paper.
Paper's being outlined around the edges? Oh, you mean like on the bulletin boards?
Where? The bulletin board.
The borders?
Yeah.
Okay, so border on a bulletin board. Okay. look around the bottom of the floor. And those of you at home, you may want to look around the edges of your floor in your room or your house. What do you notice is going around the whole room?
Nothing.
Look at that purple strip or maroon strip going around the room.
Line. You can use your
Is that perimeter?
shelf. Yes.
Yes. So we would say trim or baseboards is what you sometimes call them if it's wood around a room. And that's around the floor of the room. Okay? You have an example, Allie? What could you find perimeter of in real life?
The roof. It has outlines.
The outline of the roof, the ceiling. Okay, good. Outline of ceiling. Okay, let's do one more thing. So if I have this clipboard, if I want to measure the perimeter of this clipboard, what would I do? The perimeter, what would I do? Hello, what would I do? That's not a trick question. We just did several examples. Brandon.
There is four
If I want to know the perimeter of this clipboard, what would I have to do? I don't know what they equal. So what would I have to do? Add all the numbers, but what we would have to measure it first, right? So I would measure around the outside, right? What if I want to find the area of this clipboard? Look up at the poster in the room if you can't remember. What would I do to find the area of the clipboard? Kaylee? Multiply the length times the width. So see the difference? Area, we would multiply length times width. Perimeter, we are adding all the sides to go around the outside. Okay? So let's write a couple more problems in our spiral so we can have it to look back at. If this is my shape, and this is what they really like to do. I like to give you just two numbers, a 10 and a 5. And a lot of us want to just add a 10 and a 5. But if I'm going to find the perimeter of this, do I just do two of the sides? No, what do we write up here? Add all the sides. I don't just do the two they give me. I need to add all of them. Okay? Actually, this should be 5. And this should be 10. Okay, so if this is 10, what does that mean about the top side? It has to be 10 also. If this is 5, then that means this is 5. So now I can add up all my sides. 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5. Good. 10 plus 10 is 20, 25, 30. Okay, let's do another example. So a second one, if I have a triangle, 6 inches, 4 inches, 7 inches. What would I do to find the perimeter of this triangle. Let's put it up a little bit. What would I do? Kelsey, what do you think?
You would add up all the numbers. Add the numbers.
Busted. Add up all the numbers. Correct. 6 plus 4 plus 7. So P equals 17. Good. Okay, that's all we're going to do in our spiral. So you can put that to the side when you're done writing that last example. Or you can put it inside your desk. And then we're going to open up to page 545 in our Go Math books. Triangle.
This is hard. I know. Page what?
$545. Okay, so we're going to practice finding perimeter in our books, page 545. So we said perimeter is the distance around a figure where we add the outside edges or we add up all the sides. Okay, we're not going to get out a geo board, but we can draw on here. It says make a rectangle on the geo board that is 3 units on 2 sides and 2 units on the other side. And look right here, 1 unit is from one dot to the second dot. Okay, so if I need to make it 3 units and 2 units, let's practice doing that. So I'm gonna start here where it has 1. So we want to start, let's just start with 3. So if this is 1 unit, I'm going to go down 2, 3. Okay, what would I do next? If it's 3 on this side, it needs to be 3 over here too, right? So the next one I need to do is the 2's. I went down 3, I want to go over 2. So 1, 2. Now the rest should be easy. All we need to do is fill in and complete the rectangle. So this is 2 units, 3 units, 3 units, 2 units. So to find the perimeter of the rectangle we just drew, what would we do? Kelsey?
We'll add those numbers.
Add all of the numbers. We have 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. What's 3 plus 3? 6. And then 2 plus 2 is 4. 6 plus 4? 10. So the perimeter of the rectangle is 10 units. Okay, how would the perimeter of the rectangle change if the length of the 2 of the sides was 4 units instead of 3? How would it change? Someone besides Kelsey. Allie, what do you think? If I change these 2 numbers to a 4 instead of a 3, how would our perimeter change?
It would go down 1 more.
It would go down? If I make these a 4, it's going to go down?
No,
It's going to go up. By how many?
if you change them to full and we add them up, it's going to be full plus 4 plus 2 plus 2.
Good. So my perimeter would end up being 12, right? It goes up 2 units. Okay, it goes up 2 because we added 1 here and it added 1 here, so that's 2 more that we added on. Okay, any questions so far? Is this making sense?
Yes.
Perimeter? Good. Okay, let's flip the page. Okay, another way you can find perimeter is by tracing the outside edges. So if you want to use a marker or a crayon to help it show up a little bit better, you can. Sometimes pencil tracing over these lines in your book is hard to see. Because what's going to happen is you don't want to overlap anything you've already traced. If you can't see it, then it's going to be hard to see where you've already traced. Okay, so what you do, like we said, perimeter is the outside edges. So we're going to trace around the outside and we're going to count. Does everybody see this red line? We're going to count starting from there. So that's 1. And everybody see the blue squares? That's what we're counting. So this is 1 because it goes down from the corner to the end of that next box. Okay? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when I turn the corner, I have to keep counting. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've traced all around the outside edges and I stopped at what number?
16.
16. So the perimeter is 16 units. Okay, now let's try the second one together. So this is where people tend to mess up on these because you think it's going to be easy because you're just tracing, right? But some people don't trace. They try to just count and then they end up missing some lines. Okay, so let's start over here where it's already started for us. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, even when we turn, we still count it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we traced around every side, including these little corners where we had to turn. And what was the last number I said? 14. So your perimeter is 14. So it helps to trace because some people want to just count like this, 1, 2, 3, and then they end up missing these inside ones somehow. Okay? But if I trace, I don't pick up my pencil until I've made it all the way back around and every line is covered, right? All right, let's try number 1. I want you to do it and then we'll check it together. Try number 1. Okay, number 1. It doesn't really matter where you start as long as you end back at that same point, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 centimeters. You get the right answer? Good. Okay. Second one, I want you to do the same thing. Try it on your own, and then we'll check to see if you got the right answer. Let's check and see if you were right. So I'm going to it doesn't really matter where you start, like I said last time. I'm just going to keep starting over here in this corner. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to count with me, just watch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 was the correct answer. And as I walked around the room, I did see a lot of incorrect answers. So how are we missing this?
By just counting and not tracing.
By just counting and not tracing, okay?
Because you have to count the corner twice.
Yes, so when you turn the corner, if you are just counting and not tracing, it will mess you up. It seems to happen frequently. Okay, so trace it. If you aren't sure or maybe you messed up, then you need to start back over. Trace it again, okay? All right, let's try number 3. Kevin is solving perimeter problems. He counts the units and says that the perimeter of this figure is 18 units. So here's Kevin's solution. Look at Kevin's solution. Find Kevin's error. So he started right here. So I want you to start right here. That would be 1, 2, 3. And I want you to continue from there and tell me, what did Kevin do wrong? And just a little hint, he did more than one mistake. So find 2 mistakes. All right, who wants to tell me one mistake you found? Allie?
The 4 and 5, he's missing a number.
When you turn the corner right here?
Mm-hmm.
So this should be 4 right here, where I just traced.
And the other part is...
Right, okay, so his 4 should be up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then right here should be 5. So he's off by 1 already.
And there's another one between.
Okay? Good. So here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we turn the corner. This would be 12, 13, 14, 15. We turn the corner. Here would be 16, 17. And do I count this line right here?
Yes.
18. Did he do that?
No.
No. So if he got right here and he didn't put a number.
20 units.
So he did the same thing on both corners. Every time he got to a corner, he forgot to count it. So 17 would have been here, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so the actual perimeter would be 20. Okay, and we've already done each of these steps. We described the error, we said it out loud. We used the diagrams to circle the places he messed up. So he messed up here and he messed up here. Okay. Number 6. Explain how to find the length of each side of a triangle with sides of equal length and a perimeter of 27 inches.
I don't understand that.
Okay, so imagine a triangle. All of these sides are equal. We don't know what they are, but we know that all three of those sides add up to 27. And they have to be the same number, right?
Yes.
Is that repeated addition if I add the same number?
Yes.
How many times am I adding this same mystery number?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 times something. It's going to give me 27. So how could I figure out that missing number? Allie?
Put 2 10s and a 7.
They have to all be the same. So let's just say it's 10. Would 10 work if this is 10,
No.
20, 30?
No.
No, it can't be 10. So it has to be smaller than 10, right? Because 30 was
9.
too high. So we want to try 9.
9.
So 9, 9, and 9. Well, what is 9 times 3?
8.
9 times 2 is 18.
27.
27. So would 9 work?
Yes.
Yes, 9 times 3. Another way, instead of just guessing, we could have done an array, right? 1, 2, 3, and we keep going until we get to what?
So we get to
27. So this is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. And then I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So 9 would be the length of each side because they're all equal. Okay, so when you're given the perimeter and all the sides are equal, it's basically like doing a division problem. 27 divided by 3, and we got 9. And why did we divide by 3? Where did the 3 come from? Bryson?
Third came from I had to find 27. And so
Y'all think y'all have an answer already in your head before you raise your hand. I understand sometimes we forget what we're going to say, but this happens a lot with y'all. We raise our hand and we don't have an answer. Where did the 3 come from, Aaliyah?
the triangle.
The triangle, because there's how many sides on a triangle? 3. So the 3 comes from how many sides? Good. All right, flip the page. Okay. Now, I want you guys to try 7 through 10 on this page on your own, and then we're going to check it to make sure we're on the right track. Or I may just come around and stamp it and give you a little check mark to see if you're correct. Because if you are, you'll be ready to move on. We don't need to go over them all if we're all getting them right. Okay? So I want you to do 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your own. Make sure your privacy folder is set up. Okay, so we've gone around in class and checked each other's work. So real quickly, I'm going to record this for you guys at home so you guys know what the correct answer is. Joseph drew a game court on grid paper. Each unit is 1 meter. What is the perimeter of the game court? So we trace around the outside edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. C was the correct answer. Number 2, what is the perimeter of the park? So you had to do the same thing. Trace around all of the outside edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. B was your correct answer for 8. Number 9, it was a multi-step problem. Greg is framing 2 rectangular paintings. One painting has side lengths of 3 inches and 9 inches. The other painting has side lengths of 4 inches and 6 inches. How many inches of framing material will Greg need for the 2 paintings? Okay, so you had to remember, even though they only gave you 2 numbers for each painting, you had to add up 4 sides. So if this is 9, 3, then that means this is 9 and this is 3. So for painting number 1, I'm going to add up 9 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3. 9 plus 9 is 18. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 18 plus 6 is 24. Okay, the second painting. We had side lengths of 4 and 6 for the second painting. So that means this side must be 4 and this side must be 6. So we're going to add 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 10 again would be 20. 20 plus 24 would be 44 inches, D. So if you missed this one, what did we do wrong? Kelsey?
I didn't do that one because I couldn't understand it.
Okay, couldn't understand it, but now do you understand it? It's 2 paintings. Trim around the outside edges. 3 and 9, so you had to make sure you use the 3 and the 9 twice. Same thing for the 4 and the 6. And then the last one, what was the perimeter of this design? So you go only around the outside. I'm going to start at the top. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? So B would have been the correct answer for number 10. Okay, now for your assignment, you guys should have torn out here in class model perimeter on the next page. You're doing the same thing. So you can use your notes, use your book that we just practiced together, all those problems, to look back at. And when you're done, you will turn this in. Seesaw people, you will just post a photo. Okay? Any questions before you start? Okay, good luck.